Good afternoon. My name is Savargaonkar Himanshu Arvind, registration number 18BEC0735. This is explanation for task 5 for the course Electronic Hardware Troubleshooting. Task 5 was based around 7 segment display and different applications and uses of the same. The first experiment was to design a 7 segment display circuit to display our registration number. This experiment was done using the tool CircuitVerse, an online simulation tool. This was the first experiment done where my registration number 18BEC0735 was simulated and displayed. Part B was again a 7 segment display circuit using a 7 segment decoder circuit for a common cathode method. The same was simulated using CircuitVerse, and common cathode 7 segment display was used. A K-map was used to simplify the expression for each and every single alphabet that was used to display in the 7 segment display. In part C, we had to design a circuit again for the execution of a 7 segment display, but we were instructed to use a 16:1 multiplexer and an 8:1 multiplexer. This circuit simulates the use of an 16:1 multiplexer, where 16:1 multiplexers were used to operate an single 7 segment display. This circuit simulates the use of an 8:1 multiplexer, where 8:1 multiplexers were used to again operate an 7 segment display. Along with the execution of a 7 segment display, the inner functioning of a 16:1 multiplexer and an 8:1 multiplexer was also studied. This is the inner working of an 16:1 multiplexer. Similarly, this is the internal construction of an 8:1 multiplexer. For part D, we had to again simulate a circuit for operation of a 7 segment display using demultiplexers. Again, 1:16 and 1:8. We also explored the inner functioning of the 1:16 and 1:8 multiplexers. Demultiplexers. This is the circuit using demultiplexers to operate in 7 segment display of 1:16 variety. The next is 1:8 demultiplexer, again used to operate a single 7 segment display. This is the internal connections and wiring of an 1:16 demux or demultiplexer, while this is the internal connection of an 1:8 demultiplexer. In part E, we had to simulate a circuit for operation of a 7 segment display using decoders, 4:16 decoders and 3:8 decoders. Using 4:16 decoder, this circuit was simulated for the operation of a 7 segment display. This circuit simulated the 3:8 decoder, used to again simulate the operation of this 7 segment display. For F, we had to analyze the combinational circuit by implementing using 2 input NAND logic and 2 input NOR logic. Using NAND logic, this circuit was implemented similar to the first part of the experiment, but only NAND logic was used exclusively for the implementation of this circuit. Similarly, exclusively NOR logic was used for the implementation of this circuit, which is similar to the one shown above. In the last part, two photos were provided and error was to be troubleshot. In the first, this 2 is incomplete, in this 5 is incomplete, 2 is incomplete, and this 0 is incomplete. The error was troubleshoot and found that the connections were not established correctly. The desired outputs, the actual outputs, were found as 12, 52 and 10 seconds, while for the second image 23, 20, 55 seconds. Over here the true was incomplete, 3 was incomplete, again 2, 0 and 5 were incomplete. This was due to the circuit not being connected properly. In this final experiment, the working and functioning of a 7-segment display was discussed. Implementation of a 7-segment display circuit using multiple methods such as multiplexer, demultiplexer, decoder were also seen, as well as an error in a 7-segment display was troubleshot. Thank you.